Yes, Gregor Vasilis, freelancing journalist. Mr. Michael, thanks very much for this wonderful pudding mix of last Christmas. For my part, still brings some wonderful memories. Yes, especially that mix. Okay, the question actually is a little like the one that my colleague from NTV already asked, but I wanted to know how do you see the vibe of the 80s music business and how that has changed compared to today? You already said something about that, but is that maybe also a reason why you choose to withdraw from it so much? Because the records that you put out are also very anticipated and very interesting, and how is it still? I think the vibes have changed, haven't they? Can you explain a little bit how they have changed? Maybe?
Well, this answer might be a bit long, but obviously I've thought about this. So there are two basic reasons why I think it's time to kind of close one chapter and maybe try and work out what the next chapter is going to be for me. I think there are two reasons. One is that I don't think I've ever been particularly good at being a celebrity. I don't suit the job very well. You know, it's not very good for my mental health. And I think I've worked pretty hard to maintain a standard for 22 years, and I kind of feel like I want to try and not put myself through that kind of stress anymore. But the other thing is, absolutely, the industry has changed beyond recognition, and I think my own genre is dead, really. I think that pop music has only really survived in terms of pop rock music, funnily enough. I think that there is a very simple reason for this, which I've never heard anyone else discuss, but I think it's very simple. I'll give you an example. 23 years ago, I was sitting in an office at A&M Records, I think it was. Andrew and I had probably done every single record company. We'd kind of blagged our way in to every single record company, and we played them very sketchy demos of Careless Whisper and Wham Rap. And, well, basically nobody heard it for a start. Everybody kind of chucked it back in. I remember the guy from A&M saying, I'd played him Careless Whisper, and admittedly it was only 1 minute 30 of it, but he said, go home and write some hit songs. You know what I mean? So that was the state of pop A&R 22 years ago. The trouble for pop music is it depends on those people to hear what you're doing. The reason rock music is still vibrant in England, and we've still created every couple of years a really great writer, really great band, is that it's not A&R guys that decide who the successful rock bands are. It's still kids off the street, because to be successful as a rock band, you have to play live from the beginning. You gradually build a fan base, and by the time the A&R guys get to you, it's because there's already a big buzz that's come off the street, right? So we have had Oasis, Blur, Radiohead, Coldplay, now Keane, I think, are great. So that has stayed alive because it still comes off the street. Us poor old pop bastards, you know, we've had to wander in and out of these offices offering our little tapes up and saying, please, can you hear this? And the people that are employed to do that are clueless. So basically, I think my genre has been killed off by corporate thinking and corporate, you know, the fact that so many corporate people are employed in record companies. But rock music, English rock music, rock stroke pop, is still alive. I feel my genre is dead. I don't want to be a snob, but I don't really think that there is anybody in the modern pop field that I feel I want to spar with. You know what I'm saying? I think it's kind of, my genre is dead. It doesn't really want to hear intelligent pop music anymore. Radio now has an agenda which is completely aligned with television, which has never been my forte, you know, television. And I think I'm not interested by my industry anymore. If I was U2, I would be, because U2, I think, are a fantastic example of a band that's managed to keep their integrity and still make great records, but their genre is still something to be proud of being at the top of. Pop rock, you know? I don't know who I'm supposed to want to beat. I'm really not interested in sparring with Robbie Williams or Will Young or Rachel Stevens, maybe. Do you know what I mean? It's just I don't have any, there's no excitement for me in that. So I think I want to try and move my career into a different form. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but it's definitely not going to be trying to get on the radio and trying to compete with Pop Idol. You know, that's not me.